What's up, guys? Today coming to you from this riverbank next to this beautiful little waterfall from the runoff. It's breakup season in Alaska, which means that everything's starting to melt. The rivers are starting to open back up and the birds are migrating in. Right now I'm sitting here and I'm watching some trumpeter swans. They just finally made it up here within the last week or so. And what I wanted to talk about today was not necessarily the trumpeter swans, although they're beautiful. I wanted to talk about a resource that I use and how I find these birds. Pardon me, we're like right by this bridge, so it's gonna be a little loud, but it's called eBird.org, and it's something that I use pretty religiously. eBird.org. It's a website where birders go on there and they list and they photograph and they upload their sightings from things that they've seen around where you live, around where I live. What's so awesome about birders is how meticulous they are. They the times of the day, the activity, the behavior, and how often they see them, how many there were. So I use eBird.org. And I use that to get my spots, my hot spots, places they've been. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna grab a couple pictures of these trumpeter swans. We'll head back to the house. I'll jump on the computer and I'll pull up eBird and I'll show you guys how I found them and how you can use the same resource to really get after some bird photography right around where you live. So let's do it. So decided to ditch the tripod and make my way up this little bank where these trumpeter swans are hanging out just a little bit, just a little bit further down. So I'm gonna head down there and grab a few shots of them, and then like I said, we'll head back to the house. And I really want to show you guys this website just because I think it'll help a lot of people out. If you're not already using it, I guarantee you'll start using it because it's just that good. All right, so I'm set up right now in this little nook, this little cranny right here, and I'm gonna use this little log as like a little tripod or like a base, gets me low to the ground, and I can still get these shots of these trumpeter swans, which are sitting right, it's kind of hard to see through all this brush, but they're right here in this only open spot of river. So I'm gonna grab a few shots, head on back, and then we'll do it. So I also did not bring my tripod for the little camera. So this is going to be a pain in the butt. Hopefully you guys can see something. I just want to get a couple of these shots. So I mean, the lighting is flat. It's been overcast and rainy for the last few days, so it's not going to be anything crazy, but just want to get something different. We have a wildlife refuge in town that everybody seems to get the same photo at. It's like you see 400 pictures, and all they're from different people, they're different birds, but it's the same picture. So I figured we'd come out here, find some swans that weren't at that refuge, and get some different shots. So. Yeah, they're okay. But take a few more and then we'll walk on out. Also, I want to talk to you guys about the strap again, the strap that I'm using. I had a couple people ask me in the last few videos what it is. Just this Peak Design. It's the thick version. And what's so nice is, I mean, as you guys saw a couple seconds ago, it's like you got your backpack on, you got your lens on, and then you need to crouch down real quick, get the lens off without having to remove a bunch of stuff. Just it's got this little clip on to these little anchors. I don't know if you can see them. And it's rated to 200 pounds, these little anchors. So I mean, I've never had any issue carrying anything through anywhere. So if you don't already have a little Peak Design strap, highly recommend it. So it's like it's on right now, and then real quick it's off, and you can be ready to go. You can be handheld and mobile. So that's what I use, that's what I recommend. and it's done really good for me. So if you're looking for a strap, I highly recommend the Peak Design. I'll put it somewhere around here. You guys can see what I'm talking about. They have different colors, but I'm happy with the couple images we got. So let's get on out of here and head back, and I want to show you guys ebird.org. All right, see you back. Ugh. All right, so we're back here in the office. I real quick had to change out of those clothes because they were soaked from laying in that wet snow. But what I want to do is I want to bring you guys into the computer with me, and I want to pull up ebird.org, and I want to show you guys how I found those trumpeter swans, and how I think you can use that website to find any species that you're looking for, locally, regionally, if you want to travel somewhere, if you got a species in mind that you're looking for. Owls, I know, are a big thing people want to find. So what we'll do is we'll jump on the computer right now, and we'll dive into ebird.org, and I'll show you guys how I use it. All right, so we're on the computer now, and I got ebird.org pulled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into screen record now so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So right now we're jumping into the computer. So I got eBird pulled up. eBird.org, this is a completely free website, and it's open and accessible to anybody who wants to use it. How I like to use it is I come down here to species maps. And let's say that, like we were talking about the trumpeter swans, let's say I'm trying to find those. So trumpeter swan, let's go ahead and select that. And then let's come over to my location, right? So I'm in Fairbanks. So it's going to give you these little hotspot grids. Obviously, the darker purple, the more active or more sightings that have taken place in that general region. So you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about there as I'm scrolling around. But let's go to where I'm at. Coming down here to Fairbanks. And I'm going to pick the square that's the most purple, obviously, because that's got the best chance of me finding what I'm looking for. So what you're looking at is you're looking at hotspots. You're looking at anywhere anybody has recorded, seen, or photographed the species that I'm looking for, this trumpeter swan. So let's step in a little bit further, and let's look at this Chena River that runs through the heart of town. The red is going to indicate birding hotspot and or personal location. Obviously, you can read the little legend over here. But let's fetch sightings, and you're looking at right here. So the most recent one is 2020, so April 12th, 2020. This gentleman saw it and wrote a little post about it. But what I want to show you is let's step back 2 years at this specific location and look what this guy saw. So as this pulls up, he saw 3 trumpeter swans, 27 Canadian goose, 200 mallards, common golden eyes, some herrings, common ravens, black-capped chickadees, things like that. Not only did he just say what he saw, but he actually took pictures of these things. So it's going to give you an idea of what you're going to find at that specific location, time, date, group, all that other stuff you need to be sure if what you're looking for is actually going to be there. Although trumpeter swans are pretty easy to find, let's do something that's a little bit more complicated. Let's look at the boreal owl. Let's say you really are into owling, but you can't find any. Now, obviously, these are not going to be as predominant. You're not going to be able to find these as well. But let's check this out. So on March 31st, 2020, this fine lady saw herself a boreal owl. So I'm going to open that post, and she's going to talk about it. So she heard it. She didn't see it. She actually just heard it. But what this is doing is it's building your situational awareness as to what you can find. Now, keep in mind, you're not always going to be able to find species. Like the great gray, where are we at? Great gray, with an A, I'm assuming. Great gray owl. So this species, it's not going to show you where they're at. There's a couple other species that I've seen that it's not gonna tell you where it is because either it's endangered or the population is low, or we just really don't want it to be pressured by too many people going to cite it. So if you look down here, note specific locations will not be available for this taxon. See sensitive species page. So you're not going to be able to find everything you're looking for, but it's going to give you a huge advantage when you are trying to find specific species. So that's really all I wanted to do. Is I wanted to jump in here. I wanted to show you guys eBird, show you guys how I use it and how you could use it to find those birds that you're craving, or those birds that you're trying to knock off your bucket list. So I hope that helps. I know it helps me. But that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.